must be an interesting kind of day when we can get started at 11:01 past skin o'clock right now. Oh, okay. That's how I sound when I wake up too. It's cool. I usually
It's gonna be a great day.
Oh my God! Please turn that off. Jesus Christ. Good morning. Good morning, Satan.
Right before the stream, I was like, I have an idea.
Oh my goodness. Yes, good morning. Welcome guys to Loading Screen. This is your morning podcast to start your day up with, or to cue your day up with, excuse me. I am of course your host, Dre, aka Crash, and hold on, I'm pretty sure I got this right. There you go. Yeah. Then I got Alex, aka Sir Alex. Fiverr. Is that gonna be the thing? We're doing that every morning? Alright, cool.
Yeah,
Makes me feel
maybe.
good. Makes me feel good. But yeah, welcome guys to those that are joining us. Appreciate you waking up early enough, or hopefully, if you have things to do in the morning, decided to stop by and say what's up. Yeah, man, we've got some stuff to talk about today. It's been it's been barely, 48 hours since Tuesday's show.
And the thing I love about this show is the second we stop, trailers drop.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
It's the curse.
If you guys ever want a trailer for a game, just let us know. We'll queue up. We'll go offline. Boom. We'll get what we want. So.
Yeah, it's the curse of the show. Like, this isn't the only podcast I've been involved with, and it never fails that Tuesday or whatever day you're actually deciding to do your show, and you have your show ready. You're like, yeah, we want to talk about this, and that, and then as soon as the show's done, the bomb drops afterwards. It's like, that would have made it a great show, but now we have to freaking wait while everyone's getting the news for whether it be 24 hours or an entire week when it comes to my other show. But yeah, we got the scoops this time though, for real. We got some trailers, like you said, to talk about, some little insights as well to bring up. That Alex apparently's got some deals for you guys today.
Yeah, no, I wanted to we obviously, like Dre just said, we have the trailers, but I wanted to drop this on you guys real quick. We got some inside scoops, in this time of COVID. I myself have been getting messages from my friends in, all over, but specifically Canada. My Canadian friends have been asking me, yo man, you got any Switches down there in the US? I was like, Nintendo Switches? They're like, yeah, we can't find any, they're all sold out. And then so I was like, yeah, I might as well check. I was looking at the Best Buys around here. I was looking at GameStops, all that stuff, and even Amazon, back ordered, sold out. Well, guess what? We've done some digging here at the humble abode of Loading Screen, and we've come across some deals. If you go to B&H, so it's called bhphotovideo.com. For those of you guys that are photographers, videographers, I'm sure you
already know what that
this
is.
Exactly. I'm like good old trusty B&H coming in hot again. But that being said, the regular Nintendo Switches, they've started selling Nintendo Switches. The regular ones are back ordered. However, if you're itching for that Nintendo Switch experience, Nintendo Switch Lite, they have yellow, teal, gray, all available, all in stock. You can jump into Nintendo. I personally love the full one, not the light. But like I said, if you're itching to play Nintendo Switch games, this is your opportunity.
Gotta make do with what you can get right now.
Yep. In stock, $219. It's $219.99 right now on bhphotovideo.com. So.
Real quick, I usually tend to ask this to any other fellow photographers, videographers, cinematographers, all that good stuff. Have you actually physically been to the B&H store or any?
I haven't. I've wanted to.
How have you not been to one of those yet? I have been to the one in New York several times now.
How is it? I hear it's really cool.
It is like the Willy Wonka of video paradise and just overall photography paradise, broadcasting paradise, everything. You walk in, it is always packed. I've yet to go in and it's not packed. I know it's New York and it's kind of a given, but B&H in New York, you go in and it is just from as soon as you walk through the door to the back wall of the store, as far as the eye can see, is nothing but video tech, photography, everything,
It'd be bad
lights.
for me to go there.
It's bad, dude, because you start looking at like, oh yeah, I could definitely use that
I've got a
$700
credit card,
grip.
just-
You know, not a big deal, right?
Yeah,
Like, but the
yeah.
crazier part is also the above you is their delivery system, because
conveyor belt
the
thing? I've
conveyor
heard
belt,
about it. I've
because
heard
I was
stories.
like, I didn't know about it until I got there, and I was like, what in the hell is going on here? I'm seeing boxes fly, equipment fly
Hell
by, and I'm like,
yeah,
what is
dude.
this? I'm seeing at counters like just conveyor belts right by people. I'm like, what's going on here? And then when I'm asking to buy stuff, I'm like, yo, can I get this and that? They're not handing me the equipment. You don't ever grab the items. They just give you a ticket, and they're like, yeah, here you go,
Really?
take this ticket, and then you
Because
go
there's
to
like a factory downstairs, right? Like where they just load
it's
things?
like a pick, like they have, they have their warehouse that
Warehouse.
everything goes through, but like when you actually go pick your stuff up, like you never touch it. You just like come up with your ticket, and they have everything in a bag, and they literally just like look at the bags and, okay, this is your bag with all your stuff in it. Like, you sure?
awesome.
I just spent $4,000. Like, are you sure everything's in there? Like, it's kind of wary at first, but no, these guys, like, the store experience is just like, it's
You-
bonkers, man. So for the
Went
fact
up
that
there
they're,
when
yeah,
you and I first met, I remember.
yeah.
When you and I first met, that's when you went up there.
I went up there. It was oof. Always fun. Always excited to go, but I'm always scared because like, am I gonna leave with way more than I really needed
Yeah,
to go in?
yeah.
Right. I have a budget. Like, am I really gonna exceed the budget? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I could definitely use that telephoto 300 plus zoom lens. I've always needed one of those. That would
always
look
needed
great
one.
on stream.
Camera, but I'm here. I might as well.
Yeah,
buy one
right.
for it.
Yeah. Let me just take out another mortgage. It's on my kid.
right.
All that good stuff. Yeah. So
But it's
B&H,
cool.
them
Getting into
them selling switches was very strange to me. When you first brought it up, like, yeah, they're pulling them up. I'm like, wow, that's interesting. Not known for, like I said, not known for selling that kind of entertainment equipment or those
Yeah.
kinds of items. So
Kind
B&H
of
coming
like a
through on
jack
the
of all
clutch.
trades now, I mean,
Yeah, I wonder if that's a shift in like the market, like if that's like a sign of like how they're doing, or they're just like, well, the thing is, at the same time, because of the upsurge in streaming, right? Like, everybody's got capture cards, everyone's getting their cameras, everyone's a videographer now, right? Everyone is starting to learn all these things. So their site, and they're constantly getting hit. I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, well, you know what? If gaming is becoming such a entertainment medium, and streaming and broadcast in general, like, why not, instead of us giving the business away to someone like GameStop, we could, or, whatever's left of GameStop or any other store, why not, hold on to the systems? Because it's really the
I
systems.
mean, I don't know how long it's been happening, but
And also, like, games, are they selling just systems and no games? Because it's kind of weird to walk
they
in
are.
and, oh wow,
they are.
Damn.
And even like the Pokeball controller. So like that makes me think like, okay, how long have they
Okay.
been doing this? Have I just not noticed? But anyway, regardless,
that is so strange. I have to look into it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just think it's cool. So if you're looking for a Switch, B&H, bhphotovideo.com. Yeah. Walmart also has some for sale, which isn't that surprising, but Walmart's got some for sale if you guys are looking for them. So you can definitely pick them up there. The next super quick bit of information before we dive into the meat of the show is GTA 5. According to PC Gamer, GTA 5 is going to be free today on Epic Games Store. Whether you play it or not, it's a free game. You might as well just grab it. And, I could be very wrong here, but GTA 5 and just Grand Theft Auto is very rarely, like, they stay full price for a very long time because they're so popular. I mean, GTA 5 is still very popular, but regardless, this article says you'll be able to grab it on the Epic Store from today until May 21st.
Wow.
Which is cool. So you
Free
have a
on-
few days to grab it.
Free, yeah. You said Epic Game Store, so free on PC. Wow, that is kind of crazy. Why?
Isn't that crazy? Like, I'm wondering why it's going free, but
I'm fine.
Something
I'll
tells
pick it
me
up.
they're gonna
I
announce
do
something
not.
soon.
I do not have GTA 5 on the PC, so I will definitely be loading up the Epic Game Store and launcher. I mean,
did,
it's
but
just
it
a
was
launcher.
very janky, so I'm going to do it too.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
Oh,
a
okay.
launcher. Just go grab it. Why
Yeah.
not? It's free,
Hit the redeem button.
Yeah, exactly. So those are the two quick bits of information I wanted to give you guys. I thought it was really cool, and it's always good when you can have free stuff. But
Especially nowadays, as you're going through the back catalog, right? You're like, I'm running out of games.
yeah.
I need something more.
You said you had a lot to say about this next topic here. As soon as we ended the stream the other day, it was
Yes.
Tony Hawk's birthday the other day. and
Yeah.
he said, "Happy 52nd birthday to me on his Twitter or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it. I can't remember the age, but Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2
Yes.
remastered, baby.
Oh my God. Let me make sure this is put on loop so I have
into
it
this
playing.
game. Hours into this game, dude. When I was a kid.
Oh my God. I can't even begin to explain the feeling I got when it was what is it? Summer Games? What is the event called? Summer Games something. It's been showing off on Twitch. It's where we've basically been getting all our all our announcements.
Thingy.
No.
On.
It's not.
Called chat.
It's not the Steam game thingy. It's like what's been broadcasted on Twitch. Summer Games something. Anyway, yeah, this event that's going on Twitch.
Summer Game Showcase.
Showcase. Thank you. Showcase. God, that last word. You know, that's going to be going on until August. From May to August. You know, there's constant announcements happening. I don't know if it's daily, but right now so far it's been daily. You know, yesterday as soon as we got done, actually no, I don't think it's daily because I don't remember anything happening yesterday. I have to verify that schedule because it's very, very strange. They haven't actually noted it themselves. But anyway, we got wrapped up last Tuesday on loading screen here. Literally got done, and I said, oh yeah, let me go check out Twitch. Let me pull up some streams, you know, and I was like, oh, Summer Game Showcase. Let's take a peek.
Yep.
As soon I was like 30 seconds from the timer before I finished up, and then fucking bam, like this just
I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought it was fake.
this loaded up.
I thought it was fake.
I actually freaked out. Like there's no exaggerating. I actually was kind of like ah! Like actually moving in my chair, and that doesn't actually happen a whole lot. Sorry for your ears if I was a little loud there, but like it was just crazy. I was like, no freaking way am I watching this right now. And it's Pro Skater 1 and 2 announced 4K remake reimagining. 2020 is the year of the remake. You know, that's just what's going down. Oh God, that is a very, very iconic gap there. But yeah,
I think for the younger generation,
like look at that. Oh my God, look
they
at that.
might not have played this. All I remember is doing manuals like across the the whole park.
Oh yeah, so there's definitely this is, but understand this game is legendary for just the game industry in general. So it's like if you're in the industry like that, like you just know this is just a great thing to happen. Two, sure, maybe you are younger and aren't like there's a lot of Tony Hawks that are legendary, but 1 and 2 are just like the ones that like cemented. You know what? There's stories like Tony Hawk just went through a story about this, like how this video game like changed his life. It is skateboarding, great, of course, biggest part of his life, but this like changed his life. This game is like the reason why he kind of was able to like not worry about having to skate as a career because he made so much out of it. Like one of the stories he talks about on a podcast with Chris Roberts, another pro skater. He says like, yeah, I remember being in a restaurant and the guy from Activision or Neversoft, you know, was there and we were talking, and it was after the game launched, so he was actually there to kind of like get his pay. And he says he slides over an envelope and he looks at me, he goes, this is way bigger than you think it is right now. And he goes like, oh, that's cool. I'm gonna get $1 million. That's awesome. Like maybe I might get away with it. He opens it up, it's like $4 million. He was just like,
oh baby.
Like that is like crazy. He goes on an entire tangent about it. But this game, for it to be remade, is just like it's a love letter to a lot of people, of course, on the PlayStation as well. You know, being one of those games that put the PlayStation on the map as well. Super iconic.
Look at the comparison, man.
Yeah, you can't like some of these levels don't even look the same. They don't even look the same. I'm thinking this is a new stage and it's not. That's just like but yeah, so they're remaking it classic, like it says, classic locations. They're definitely adding 1 or 2 tweaks to the gameplay itself. There, the soundtrack is all gonna be there. The funny thing is too, Summer Games, the showcase, like the music they were playing right before this showed off, like sounded like it came straight from one of the soundtracks to this game. I was like, oh wow, that's very Tony Hawkish, and then bam, it happened. I was just
funny how when you
flipping out.
When you hear that genre of music, you're like, Tony Hawk.
Yeah, because it had also, once again, amazing music. It was great.
It had ska, it had street rock and all that, dude.
So Tony Hawk, was getting interviewed, talked about like just the overall process, what they were feeling about it. September 4th. That's a big thing. Like release September 4th this year. And of course, you can now pre-order it and get the warehouse demo, which is, once again, a love letter. Because if you remember the demo of the game, that was the level you got in the, you know, back in the day where you actually got a demo disc. That was the level you played, and that's what everybody mastered, right? So the fact that they're like, oh yeah, you can pre-order it, and if you pre-order, it's like a blast to the past. You can also get that stage again, and kind of it back in those days. Yeah, so unbelievable. This is a crazy way to just start off that showcase. Super stoked for it. I can't wait. I'm definitely confident. Hopefully they do something. I mean, it's kind of hard because it's like 1 and 2, so it's dope. So you're getting like a lot of content there, but then everyone's just like, well, you know, Tony Hawk's 3 and 4 were also considered to be classics.
They were
and
great,
and then Tony Hawk's like Underground, Thug, Staple as well.
Bam Margera was in that one, wasn't he?
Yes,
Isn't
yes,
that the
he
one where he went
was.
to Barcelona and you had to like run skate pit with the Bulls or something?
Yes, you had to do all kinds of like really wild things there. So you know, this is a great start though. I wouldn't mind if they went around every year and just did that. You know, kind of like remade a couple more. That'd be kind of tight, but we'll see. This was still an insane announcement. I'm still like kind of tripping out about it myself. I actually reminded myself because of this to go pre-order it when I get the chance.
Yeah,
but yeah, man, this was just, yeah, I was freaking out.
It was cool, man.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot for me to lose my freaking mind, but I definitely did when this dropped.
Yeah, I've never seen you react like that before. So,
dude,
when you reenacted how you reacted to that,
it's because skating also was definitely a big part, and it still is a big part of my life now. So this, you know, just the nostalgia. A lot of the people that grew up on the PlayStation and stuff are definitely also freaking out. And then also imagine like the next generation of kids that are now going to experience it. That's like, it's very exciting.
Yeah, you're
very
right.
exciting.
Yeah, and I mean, because that age they still skate. It's funny because like skating always like stays in that age group kind of. I mean, you know, obviously it'll evolve into like, you know, our older generations, but for the select few, I feel like everybody at that age tries to skate. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah. I still do. Might not be as fast, but I still definitely do. Yeah, these
pushing the board.
like, dude, like actually, I can show you. Look, you see this finger? You see this finger on the right side?
Did you break it?
That was broken off of a ramp, and I let it heal like that. That's as straight as I can get this finger.
Oh my god!
Sorry for anyone that's squeamish out there in chat. Sorry about that. But all right, so that trailer wasn't the only one, right? We actually are now getting more glimpses as to
so
some of the tech that's happening.
Yes,
exactly. The next gen.
Real quick, I don't want to go on a tangent with it, but so I tried Minecraft yesterday just for shits and giggles. I was like, I tried Minecraft with RTX on yesterday.
Oh, okay.
It was breathtaking. When I say breathtaking, I was talking to my buddy Jacob when I was like going through it. I was like, I feel like I shouldn't be amazed by this. This is something that I feel like we've had for a very long time, but I guess we haven't, obviously, because it's new technology. And I'm like, if you guys have an RTX card, try it, because there's like a Minecraft beta RTX demo. You installed beta worlds and stuff. Drop dead gorgeous. That's all I'll say about it. I don't want to go on a tangent with it, but
yeah,
incredible.
I have my own reservations on RTX, only because it's like the whole joke, RTX on, frame rates drop kind of deal. Yeah, so I'm waiting for it to kind of mature a little bit before I revisit it. But
wait for the 30 series maybe. I think that's what I'm going to do.
I think that's like rumored to come out this year, right? Or at least announced this year.
I would think so.
Yeah.
It's been what, 2 years? But anyway, so speaking of graphics being insane, PS5. So they kind of launched it in conjunction with PS5.
Yeah.
But dude, Epic is just like they're doing shit, man. Like,
oh yeah.
So Epic Unreal Engine 5. You can probably skip ahead for a little bit here, Dre. But the basically Unreal Engine 5. It's not PS5 exclusive, I don't think, unless I'm just
Unreal is open to all developers to do whatever they want as long as they license it. It's not
so the
system specific.
But if you listen to this video, if you guys haven't seen it yet, look it up, because throughout this video they explain, just look at this, man. It's like, so somebody in my chat last night said it perfectly. They said that oh, so like the cutscenes that we get are finally going to be gameplay, because how the cutscenes are always better.
That's how you always gauge it, right? Like
Yeah.
this generation's cutscenes should be the next generation's graphics, right? That's
Yes.
like that's the bar people tend to set. Like
Well,
that's
one of
what
the
happened
things that-
recently. What is it? With even Final Fantasy VII, right? The remake. That's how Advent Children, the motion picture, was, but now it's like the characters we control. That's how you kind of are gauging.
Dude, think about it. So and somebody said this. There's like a if you're in the Final Fantasy 14 community, like apparently there's just like one pot that has more polygon triangles in it than the character models did in 1.0, right? And it was like something like 1 million triangles or something. They said, and the reason I bring that up is because like if you're looking at the rocks here in the video right now, they said that each one of these rocks has somewhere around 12 million triangles to make up the object.
Some fine looking rocks.
Yeah. I mean, and then like furthermore into this video, you can see, Dre, can you do me a favor in this video and scrub forward to where she's kind of running? You can see like the statues. Like here's just get a really good.
Yeah, in here
I think in here.
Yeah,
and
she
then she
puts up
starts
the light
through stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible. So the engine, they're basically. I mean, look at the lighting, the detail. They said that there's a lot of. I'm sorry, Dre, go ahead, Dre. I'm like,
no. I know. You're geeking out too. Trust me, I was dealing the same way. So a lot of the things they were talking about, just like the things like how particle effects are being affected by things like light. The light is actually in real time. The bouncing is all real time. There's no baking this into the environment. So it's like you have. Like this is all just happening in real time, which is kind of insane. The amount of processing that they have to do. And for those that are my modelers, my 3D designers know about ZBrush, of course, a tool that is commonly used. Like this statue here, they're like, this is imported straight from ZBrush, so it isn't about. So ZBrush, you tend to have the most insane of detailed models because you're doing texturing to like super minute details. To put it in perspective, it's what things like Thanos in like the Avengers, it was built off of that. They're like super high res 4K 8K models that are built in there, but then they have different versions of it because you don't want to put a super high res model in a shot that like he's like very small in, because you're like just using gigabytes of data for no reason. You're not seeing that detail. But like to render that real time, that's film. That's different because you're rendering it over amount of a week, 2 weeks in a farm somewhere, versus like a single console is doing something like that, importing it. You don't have to optimize it. It's just like the detail is there. Is a pretty big deal. So I know this was like a lot of lingo that was getting tossed around that for gamers may be like, that's cool, that just means we're getting good graphics, right? I'm like, yes, absolutely right. But the other side of that coin is just like the things that developers can now do, which maybe might be in part of like that one studio that single guy that was able to do that one single that one single game that was just by himself, like that entirety of it. It's like this is kind of supposed to extend the idea. For all we know, that was Unreal, now that I think about it. But like this is just supposed to be an entire just showcase as to like this is the capabilities of what it is. So developers are losing their minds as much as I lost my mind with Tony Hawk. Really is what's going on. But it still means that we're all winning in this. Kind of like a rising tide.
I love it, man.
What is it? A rising tide raises all ships. Like the fact that they can do this means we can get even greater, more immersive experiences in our games in the future. So super crazy. Like just look at the damn landscape, man. That's just like
detail, man. Wait till you see her jump here. So what really stands out to me, like graphics are great and all, but really as like my own personal gaming experience, what stands out to me is, and in this demo they said a lot of things like real world time events. So the birds that fly by, that's not scripted apparently. That's like depending on the if thens throughout the entire world, like this will happen. Rocks falling and the way they fall, that's not scripted apparently. That's like apparently it happens. Like, okay, here, ready, watch this. Look at this freaking, look at that, dude. Look at that. Look at the particles. So many freaking particles there.
I was gonna say, as someone who has been behind the rendering time window many a times, like that's a nightmare. That's a nightmare. I started
sweating when I saw it.
But to do that real time, like just on the spot, is just a showcase to what we're gonna be in store for the next the next generation of graphics, which is pretty wild. And Unreal Engine.
And I do want to debunk this. Everybody's like, oh, PS5 is going to look so great. Boobity bobbity boobity bop. Well, guess what? This is Unreal 5. And so it's going to be available on all things. PC,
Yeah, absolutely.
Xbox. You know what actually, so they said they showcased that with PS5. So like obviously it looked great coming from PS5. But the Xbox One X has more power to it, more graphical power to it, which makes me think like, okay, like this is going to be an even playing field in terms of like next gen graphics. Like we're all going to be spoiled no matter what console.
So as we're in the point of you know, like the usual this is honestly nothing hasn't been talked about before. It's always like, oh, PlayStation 3 over Xbox 360, Xbox One over PlayStation 4. It's this, even I can't even say then it's like, you know, SNES to Sega, right? 16-bit versus a 32-bit, whatever. The point that needs to come across though, that the winner in this has to be the way you win this is software. The games. At the end of the day, whoever has the good games, they're gonna win it out. Like that's just the end all be all. Remember, PlayStation 3, cell processing core, this, that, and the other. They could do so much stuff. It's like, well, you know, you need to have good games to run it, right? If you hear the nightmare stories of developing for the PlayStation 3 because of the cell processing and stuff, it's like, you know, you wonder why the 360 was just like killing it so much, right? Even though the PS3 still had great games, 360 was definitely ahead on that curve. But
it's really like you just said, whoever has the games.
Exactly, it's gonna be like that at the end of the day. Like that, those graphics, amazing, sick, unbelievable looking. The games are ass. The system is ass. Like it's not going to sell. Like like what is it? It's funny enough because it goes with what people have been talking about in the chat. Like, yo, like we sports, like what? Like talk about graphics. Like how many people were rocking the Wii just for Wii Sports, right? Like holy hell, how many people were selling Wii Sports or wanted to just, you know, to buy a Wii console just because it came with it? Like you couldn't buy it otherwise, right? Like and the Wii incidentally also had an insane amount of numbers when it came out, right? Not a coincidence. It is the software. It is the greatest launch game ever. I spent so much time on Wii Bowling. Tennis was a solid second. Boxing was I can't remember basketball though. I don't remember basketball. I don't even remember. I just remember tennis and the baseball. Baseball was kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie. Baseball was pretty fire. I spent a lot of time with that.
Oh my god. I broke at least one TV with the nunchuck, and it my mom was so angry.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember it. It scarred me. I was. Never mind. I'm not going to get into it. I'm
opening old wounds. Mom,
please
no.
Mom, don't.
It's me.
But as long as Mother, it's me. But as long as the PS5 doesn't sound like a B-52 bomber when it starts up.
Yeah, true that.
The PS4 sounds bad. But again, we're at the point where, like, when I was playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, there's textures not loading on the PS4. So I think it's a good time for the next gen to come out.
Yeah, definitely is. But once again, like, that's my main thing. I want the games. Yeah, great. It'll all look good. That's fine. But if the developers cannot have not an easy way, but like, you know, have a good way to develop these games or make these experiences happen, then it doesn't matter if it looks good. There are movies that look great. They're still ass if they're written incorrectly. Like it's still it's the same thing. The console could be great and it can do all of this and show us that demo that we just saw. But if the games are ass, then it's like, what's the point? It's just it's like having a Ferrari. It's like having a Ferrari. And you're just keeping
you don't have any
in
gas.
There you go. Bam, perfect. I was gonna say it's kept in the garage, but like, if you got a Ferrari, but you ain't got no gas, like, what the fuck? It's like, it looks great, but I need groceries. I need to eat. I haven't gone to the grocery store in weeks. I spent all my money on this car.
You know, and this is probably a good thing here because I know you're a PS4 guy. I'm an Xbox guy.
Get it straight, sir. I am a gamer. I am a gamer,
yeah,
sir.
I know. I am too. I have all the consoles.
But I definitely did skip on the Xbox One. I didn't have it.
And I skipped on the PS4 at launch, right? You know, to go off of what Lil Josie in chat said, probably going to buy an Xbox or a PS5, depending on what exclusives are going to be able to play on PC. Exactly. And you know what?
Yep.
I think we talked about this in a previous show. I think the margin of profit for these consoles is so minimal that I think that's one reason. So like Halo would be the only reason I would have bought an Xbox right now because of the launch of Xbox One. I got an Xbox One, but I'll be honest with you, the launch sucked. We didn't have any games. It was terrible. Outside of like Halo, right? If Halo Infinite wasn't coming to PC, I would buy an Xbox One X. I mean, Series X. However, this will be probably the first generation where I buy a PS5, a PlayStation first. I'll get the Xbox eventually, but first I'm going to get the PS5 because I can play Xbox games on console. I mean, on PC.
Well, I'm still up to par. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna end up picking. I just know my tried and true PC will never leave me,
PC
and
always trumps, dude.
I'll always just upgrade her. So until the PlayStation and the Xbox really show me, the gameplay, I am currently straight Switzerland. I am neutral right now. But regardless, until then, we would love to hear what you guys think out there. Make sure to follow us at Nerd Street Gamers on Twitter, NERDST Gamers. Give us some heads up. I want to hear what you guys are excited for the most. Are you digging the Tony Hawk remake? This is the year of the remake. Final Fantasy 7 remakes came out. Tony Hawk remake. What else would you like to see actually remade out here? And we would love to hear what console you're feeling right now. Is the Unreal Engine, even though it isn't console exclusive, if that's what the PlayStation is driving, is that's what's showing off the most grit to you guys? Are you liking that you can see the pores on your characters? Is that a thing? Is that a checkbox you're usually looking for? Let us find out. You can also follow us, of course, on our individual Twitters. I am CrashTagVS right there. Yep. And then Alex is right there, Sir Scrallix. You can also make sure to check him out on Twitch, right? Sir Scrallix on Twitch, it's the same.
Yep.
There you
Stream,
go.
7:30 p.m. every night. But yeah, guys, tweet at us.
Or else.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks a lot, guys. Your day has now been queued up. Go forth, level up, do your thing, and we'll see you guys. Remember, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on this Twitch page. Make sure to follow, see us when we actually go live, and yeah, shout outs to Boop.
And shout outs to Mike and Ike and Zipchair for
absolutely
sponsoring yet another one of our shows.
Yeah, thanks a lot for hanging out, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Later.
See you guys.